So as you're planning your activity, be sure to complete and fill in the title of your activity. And then you will be filling in the number of contact hours that you're offering to the participant, as well as the number of contact hours to be reviewed. Now, in most cases, both of those numbers will be the same because you're offering maybe a 1-hour presentation, or perhaps you're offering a 1-day presentation where everybody goes to all the same sessions throughout the day. They would be identical. But if you're offering a larger session where maybe it's a 3-day conference and you have breakout sessions and people can come to 1 day or 2 days or the 3rd day, or they can't go to all the breakout sessions, this is where it's important. We need the maximum number of hours that you are submitting to the WMSD for approval. So add all the hours up from all 3 days, all breakout sessions, and put that number here. Then you need to go back and calculate, if I was one single participant and I was going to attend every single day and the maximum number of breakout sessions for me as one person, you're going to put that number that the individual person would be able to attend. So I want to just make sure that that is clear, that they could be different, but they also could be the same.
Okay. Understood.
Good. Awesome. So activity type, this is, there's different activity types that can be offered. The first one is a provider-directed, provider-paced. This is either a live session or a webinar session that is offered on a particular day at a particular location. So fill in the blanks here. They're clickable, and you can add whatever you need to from that and just fill in the blanks. A provider-directed, learner-paced, enduring material. Oh, well, let me go back. If you're doing a webinar session or a live session that you've recorded here, and you want to make it available to people that they can click on, then you are at a provider-directed, learner-paced, enduring material. So you put the date of the start and the expiration date. We will approve your application once it meets all the standards for up to a 2-year period. So your enduring material will be good for a 2-year period. Your live activity will also be good for a 2-year period. So if you were to present that exact same event another day in the year or within 2 years, exactly the same without any or only minor modifications, it'll still qualify under here. Learner-directed, learner-paced, enduring. I'm going to tell you these are few and far between with individual activities because it takes a lot more planning on the nurse planner's part with that learner-directed learning activity that they want to do. And with blended activities, the blended activities is when you're doing, let's say, doing a live session, but maybe there's some online pre-work that they have to do before showing up, or maybe there's some homework in the middle of an activity, or maybe.
So for like a 1-day conference, it would be your provider-directed live, right?
Correct. It would be the first box.
And then if you wanted to do like a lecture that you wanted people to be able to access for a certain period of time, that would be the enduring material?
That's correct. Okay, we'll move on. Commercial support. This is any monetary amount that you receive from a commercial entity as defined by the ANCC that is helping to finance your event. So you would need to fill that in if you are getting any commercial support from an entity. And potentially, if you are jointly providing this activity between 2 entities, so let's say, so I'm in Arizona, and I have a great example here in Arizona. There we have the Arizona chapter for the NLN, and we have an Arizona Nurses Association chapter, ANA, and they jointly plan conferences pretty much every year. And so they would set up a joint provider agreement saying how all the funds would come in, how the funds would be distributed, who's responsible for what, and they would have an agreement and they would mark that as a joint provider. Both of these areas, the commercial support and the jointly provided, if there's none, don't worry about it, move on to the next section.
So on the commercial support, do you want to put no in there or just leave it blank?
Just leave it blank if there's nothing. And if you want to put a 0, you can put a 0 for no money, whatever you'd like.